Hello, YouTube followers, and a dear welcome to all the friends of optical space exploration. My name is Hannes from the Space Disclosure Now channel, and today I got a late Christmas present from NASA. You know why? Because, see, that's the photo I have for a while on my desktop. It's It's a pretty new formed crater on Mars. See, this is the whole picture. It's a huge picture, and I found some anomalies there. And but you know, when you get closer, it has the usual NASA um, obs- it's not clear. The photo is not really sharp. It's not crisp. It's it's like all the other photos you get from the HiRISE, it's like this. It's like a little bit blurred. It's a little bit. It's not sharp enough to see details. So, and it's with all the NASA HiRISE pictures I get. It's all the same. It has, that's very interesting here. But you cannot really make it out. It's like something sticking here, You cannot really see. But as I said, I got a NASA Christmas present this week. That's because on internet I found this picture, and voila, it's the same picture. It's from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. It's a high-res camera, and it has a huge version. It's here, so I downloaded it, and it has a crater diameter of 2 kilometers. It's very good in shape. You see it very sharp edges, and it's pretty new formed. They say it's new formed because it's really a good picture. You see the resolution is much higher because the sand could not mix already to one color. So that's because it's multicolored, and that's what the photo also shows us. The multicolored side of a crater. You see the greens and the blues and the reds and the purples and so on. We check it out later, but that's the picture I got, and it's much a higher resolution, so I could check out all my other photo if the anomalies I found are interesting. So because they say it's a fantastic shot of the colorful Mars. That means that this is very colorful. We will see it in a moment. So this blog is from Florian Freistetter. It's 20 January 2012, and he's an author. He writes books, and that's what it looks like. And he writes about this, that it's a new crater, and so on and so on. So let's check it out on the internet. On Photoshop. So this is the old photo, and I found here some anomalies, and I exactly put the other photo on top of it, so it looks like this. See, that is with the color photo. So, and when we go here, we see, especially when we look at the, you see, this is the high-res photo we get usually. You see all the crap resolution here, and this, this is how good NASA can do it. And I show you something. This is 10 meters. This circle here on your screen circles 10 meters. So you can see a dinner table on Mars. You see? Now you can really see the stuff. So now we will check out the anomalies. Unfortunately, this one is not inside, so sorry. But the other ones I saw are inside. Let's check out, for example, this one. No, first I want to show you something else. These are because Klaus, a friend of mine, uh, we were talking about the Mars and about my channel, and he said, "Oh, Hannes, it's too bad that you don't have measurements, because only with measurements I can make out the things like they are in real life." So I gave you some measurements. So I know this crater is 2 kilometers. That's approximately it's 6,000 foot, or 1.5 mile. For this is 1 kilometer, so the diameter is 2 kilometer, the radius of the crater round is 1 kilometer, and you see it's a very round crater. It has impacted from top, from exactly top, like from our position. It has fallen down and made a crater with the epicenter on the floor, and it scooped out, it vaporized, it vacuumized like a half bar of the rock, of the sand, with the diameter of 2 kilometers, or the radius of 1 kilometer. And by the time the ridges collapsed and sand dribbled down, and it's forming now here, and in some years, in some decades, in some eons, it would look like this, like a filled crater, filled with all the sand from the rim and the cosmic dust. But there was not a lot of cosmic dust accumulating here, since this meteor or asteroid fell on Mars, because I show you some very shiny objects. But first of all, I show you this. I'm so excited about this because I thought this has to be a huge anomaly. And let's check it out. So I thought about this. Now I know this is 100 meters, approximately 100 meters here. So you see the shadow on the ground is approximately 100 meters. And what this is I don't know exactly, but it looks kind of funny. You see, when I check this out, I go very close because some of you guys have tablets. So what is this? This is the 10-meter radius. Here I have on my tool the 10-meter radius. So it is 10 meters, about 20 meters is this wall or whatever it is. What I can make this brighter also. See, I can make this brighter, so we see in the shadow, and that's exactly what is the difference between this crappy picture here, this one, and this picture. Because in this picture you cannot go into the shadow, you cannot go into the highlights, but on this one you can. Why? Because there's the image data still inside, you know. You can go on the shadows, you can go on the highlights, you see, and this is very fantastic because now you can see, look, there are two shadows here. There's one shadow here that's from this part. I think this is a wall, or this is a shard sticking out of the ground. It's about 40 meters high. I don't know how I say it's 40 meters high because of this. Look, there's the crater, and it's flat on the floor, I suppose. It's flat on the floor, and the angle of the the shadow is reaching nearly the middle. So if this crap wouldn't be in the crater, this rubble, the shadow would go nearly to the middle of the crater. So I suppose it's about 40 degrees. 35 to 45 degrees, I think that's the height of the sun. So let's look at this, and let's say this is a little bit sloping downwards, so like approximately 5 or 10% sloping downwards, and we have a sun of 35 to 45 degrees, so that leaves at least 35 degrees, and this is a 100-meter shadow. So I suppose this structure is 20 meters wide and approximately 30 to 40 meters high, I suppose. Okay. So, and it looks really funny because you see, I mark it out for you. I mark it out for you on another layer. So let's go. Let's make it like a little bit bigger, like 3. Okay. So I see. So it's coming up really straight here. Oh man. Sorry guys. It's coming up pretty straight here. So I have and then it has a top going like this, and the next one has also a top going like this, and the next one also. So there are 3 plates interconnected with another, covered a little bit with sand, and they're making a shadow, a huge one, you see? But if I open this shadow, when I make it brighter, you see a second shadow here. I show it. Here is wait. Here is a second shadow. You see this? And this shadow, this really dark shadow, can only come from this height here. You see? You see? No, that's better. A round heap of something is lying here. It's probably like this. It's sand, but it's illuminated by sunlight which is coming from this side, you see? Ah, yes, I see. It's coming from sunlight from here. Here is coming the sunlight in an angle of about 35 to 45 degrees, shining over and around this shard and making this shadow. And the sunlight is coming here and going through this glass. I think it's glass, you know. I think this is a piece of glass or reflective translucent material that's making a second shadow here inside. See, this is 10 meters again. There is a shadow coming from the light that's shining through this glass and illuminating in an orange light this part behind the glass wall. And on the other side, if you make it really dark, if you, like on your camera, you reduce your iris to a point, you can see the reflection on this glass plate, and you can really see the sun. I cannot make it darker. That's maximum. So this is really the hotspot of this picture, or one of the hotspots. And you can see this reflecting sun is making here on the sand. It illuminates the sand that's around it. See? It's so bright here. It illuminates the sand, and we can. And there's a second piece. It's blue. I think that's reflecting the sky. See, it's so bright. It's illuminating the sand around, and also there is sun going through, making a shadow on the other side. Inside, already the shadow. And you will see that the shadow is not so dense as other shadows. For example, like this shadow here, or this shadow here. This shadow is pretty bright. I don't know why. So that's really interesting, huh? Isn't it? So it's a double shadow. One from the piece itself, that's a long shadow like here, and one very, very dark double shadow making from the light coming through the glass and making a shadow from this sand heap here. Also, it's coloring the shadow in an orange tone, I think. So that's kind of neat, I think. And since we are with what is this actually? I found it in the other picture. And what is it? I don't know. This is 10 meters, guys. This diameter is 10 meter diameter. So what I want to look with you at now is the color and glinter effect of this crater. So first let's tuck this away, and we make it really dark. Really dark. And you see the colors coming out. See, that's the original photo. I just make it dark. So, but what you can see here is blue stuff running down the crater. I think this is crystallized glass powder, maybe. And there is stuff that is really bright here in this crater. Let's look at this. This is 10 meters again. This is really bright. So there has to be also very reflective material in this crater, because I can also make it, see, that's like glintering like diamonds in the night. See, like skies in the, like stars in the sky at night. It's crazy. It's so fantastic, this picture, really. Let's go back a little bit again. So what I found here is, for example, there on the bottom of this crater there are kind of really interesting structures. For example, this one. Again, you can see a sunspot of the reflection, and if I make it like normal brightness, you see it's like 5 meters in diameter, and it has a shadow, a very consistent shadow. It's very round, it's a little bit steep, and okay, it's really a huge picture, you know, because I blow this up on the resolution of the color picture, and it's a PSB. It's a Photoshop can handle it a little bit, but not really. So I don't hope it's stuck now. What I wanted to show you is I cannot show you because it's not. Oh yeah, now it's working. I see. So what I wanted to show you is that this object is actually no, that's I didn't want to do this. Like 1 pixel maybe, and with no ends. So see this. It's actually has a hexagonal shape. You can see this very clearly. Yeah, that's not too good, but it's covered with sand. And it's glinting, see, because again, when you go here and you make it really dark, you can see the sun reflection inside. You can see the reflection of the sun. It must be metal, I think. And there are also other parts like this here. So let's check them out. Let's make it a little bit darker so you can see them better. Like this here. You see this blue-orange thing? This one. What is it? So, and there, as I said, you see here is my diameter, it's 10 meters here. And actually you can go up here and find other stuff. Exactly the same size. See, exactly the same size. And also it has hexagonal shape from the parts that are not covered. Here is another one. And here is other parts. And here also but more covered with sand. So, and this thing leads us this way. Another thing, this one, because this is really cool. This is so bright. I will show you. This is so bright. Actually, I cannot excuse me, I cannot make it more dark. This is so it's really bright, and what we see on here on the sand, it's like a projection. It's like a rainbow prismatic reflection of this. So I think this is a crystal, or this is at least a prismatic reflecting part, or yeah, it's a reflecting, or it brings the light through and breaks it like in a prism, and there's your yellow, red, blue stuff, and you can see this is not on the ground, this is on a pole, because it has a shadow here, and it's so bright, this light. It must be, I don't know, look, it's so bright. But I found exactly a prismatic reflection. I also found on another part here, but I have to look for it. It's I don't want to make you sick, guys, but it's not huge, so I really have to look for it. But that is a really curious one. I will show you in a minute. So why this reflecting and why this is glass on Mars? Look at this huge pike. This is like 20 meters or so high. This part. So how do I think? Why do I think there are glass pieces on Mars? Maybe there was like, I don't know, there before the crater impact, maybe there were oh, there's another. Look. In the middle of this shadow there is this rainbow stripe. Maybe this also from a refraction. But I have a very good one I want to show you. I will find it, I'm sure. There's so much in these pictures, you know. You even there's so many spikes sticking out of the sand, you know. Where is it? I will find it. I will find it. That's the shard. And there's also one very interesting thing around here. Like this here. So what is this? This. Let's make it a little bit brighter. A little bit darker. You see there's this very thin point. It's a very pointy piece, and there you see completely from above here. You see this rectangular you see this rectangular piece here. I don't know. You see this rectangular piece, and it has another rectangular piece inside of it. See? And it makes this shadow like this, then it goes a little bit inside, goes down and gets broad, and goes down. It's like this. So is it possible that this is the shadow of this thing, and we're looking at a tower? There is also very right angles here. See, there's parts of a wall maybe. You have rectilinear things here, see, everywhere. So, and also this stuff. Also this stuff, you see, this, and it goes here. Maybe this was around like a biosphere or something like this. I don't know. But let's look what we would see when we have only the HiRISE picture, the old one. It would look like this. See? So you can make out nothing here. This is much better. I only want to work with pictures like this, actually. It would be really cool when all the pictures of NASA would be like this. And now I found it. Here this is really crazy, you know. You know, there is this peak, there is this rock, see here, and it makes a shadow. The shadow is here, and in this shadow there is this, and let's check it out what it is. I suppose, and now I think we give a little bit of color saturation, just a little bit. But you see that I cannot go closer, and I make it a little bit brighter. You see that's the shadow, and this is the digital artifacts of the pushing up the shadow. So, but what you see here is a prismatic refraction of a prisma or a glass or something, and it's mirroring this prismatic reflection in the shadow, projecting it on the sand, in the shadow on the sand. So there has to be a source of this. Maybe here, you see this? Wait. You see this one? Maybe there's coming the sun and refracting a prisma here, because this is very bright also. Let's check it out with the brightness actually. Yeah, that's very bright here. This could be, I think this could be a prismatic refraction here from this part. Here is something reflecting, and here is the reflection, and it's prismatic. This I wanted to show you. This is really, it's crazy, you know. I never saw this before. In the shadow, a rainbow in the shadow. That would be a good title for this movie, a rainbow in the shadow. So maybe there's a second part on this. I don't know, maybe I still find some stuff here, but I leave you now with this beautiful picture. Let's go closer a little bit. I leave you with this wonderful picture here. The colorful Mars, they call it. Bye bye.